Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 2 of my full platinum walkthrough for Dark Souls 2. If you want a full breakdown of what to expect if this is the first video you're seeing of this series, then check out video 1, which will be in the top corner now. I explain everything at the start of that video and sort of break it down what to expect. So, yes, we didn't do much in the first video with regards to areas, but we're going to go and do our first main area now. That's Forest of Fallen Giants. So from Majula, go this way underneath this first tunnel, and go around here and get another rusted coin out of this chest. So these chests, they do have traps. There are trap chests. Mimics are a thing in this one. You can tell if a chest is a mimic because it will have locks on the front. If it is, then hit it. But obviously you'll see me do it first. And some chests have traps. Arrows, crossbows will fire at you, or a poison cloud will come out. But again, I'll show you which ones have traps. You may see this writing on the floor here and little white shadows running around. That's online play. It's up to you whether you play online or not. It doesn't really matter. The servers are kind of dead at this point. There aren't many people playing Dark Souls 2. Why am I making this guide then? No, there's not too many online, so don't worry about getting invaded or anything like that. But you can help each other out if you want to do it. We will get the Soapstone. It'll allow you to do that shortly. So yeah, just go down here. We're just going to get a few things and then venture into the first area. There are 2 bosses in Forest of the Fallen Giants. It's quite a long area. It's a nice sort of intro area. Easing in. It's not particularly difficult at all. There's definitely tricks you can do for the harder boss, which is what we will do for that one. So we have the last giant, which is the first boss we'll do. We'll actually get a trophy for that one. And then the Pursuer, which is one we will use sort of a... It's not a trick, it's like a Demon Souls trick, if you think. There's actually not a trick, I won't call it a trick. There's a... If you use your head, there's an easy way of doing it, kind of thing. So just ignore the big Cyclops, rhinoceros looking thing. Just don't go near him. There's no point trying to take him on. So we do have a shield now. We didn't have one in the first video. We do have one. We will change it in this video as well. This one's just to get us started. Obviously, you hold up your shield with L1. You want to get used to holding up in between everything. You can see I held up straight away. I got the backstab there. When you're doing something like opening a door, like lighting a bonfire, like doing a backstab on an enemy, you are invincible for the majority of the action. So you could see there he was trying to hit me, wasn't doing any damage. That is the case for a lot of things, and you can use that to your advantage, which you will see me do a couple of times throughout, I'm sure. So yeah, you've got a crossbow or a guy with a bow and arrow here. Always try and kill ranged enemies first, because it's just in every game you try and do that, because they're annoying. Yeah, the ones with the sort of no shield, just any given weapon, should take 2 hits, and the ones with shields should take 3. It depends how much damage you do with regards to how close you are to an enemy. So the further they go away from you, the less damage you'll do. You'll kind of get used to it, especially with the weapon I switch to later on. It's a longer weapon, so if they're further away, you do a bit less damage. It's just feeling things out with this game. You'll get used to it all, trust me. And it definitely gets easier towards the middle, from the middle onwards, once you build up your agility, especially. You will be killing enemies pretty quickly by the end of this video as well, because we're going to do a little setup that I like to start with. If you are playing on the PS3 or the Xbox or the original Dark Souls game, there will be a Hide Knight, I think they're called here. He's not here in this one, which is a shame. You get 1 chance to kill him. And if you do, you get a really good sword. Well, it's good for the beginning of the game. But unfortunately, he's not here in this version. Scholar of the First Sin. So don't worry about it, really. You're going to see me get kicked in the head now. There we go. I don't know why I always try and run up that ladder. He's always there. I don't know why I try and do it. Quickly get rid of him. So when that big circular area I was in a moment ago, there are bodies all over the floor, but they're not quite bodies. They actually will come to life, so don't go running around that area. We're just coming up here first to get this guy. You can just see him over there. He has fire bombs. He will rain down on you when you're below, so come and take care of him first. chances are he'll probably fall off like that. He's not dead. He only has a little bit left. Make sure you do the jump there if you want to come across here. Get a short sword, Soul of a Lost Undead. So soul items in this game. In previous guides, I've kind of said don't use them. I would say that in this one as well. We do need some boss souls specifically for spells. So never ever use a boss soul to gain souls. You can use these little items. I was going to try and do a little trick for New Game Plus Plus, which involved getting a load of souls and skipping half of the game. It just seems a lot more work than actually running through the game really quickly, to be honest. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to speed run through New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. But you have something called a soul level. I'll explain that quickly while we're just killing these guys. If you go to your stats, which is I think the third one along in the kind of not item menu, the not pause menu because it doesn't pause, but you know what I mean. The menu at the top on the left hand side when you use the touchpad. There's a head, which is kind of your stats. In the top right-hand corner of that, you'll see your soul level. And this goes up. This is basically a counter how many souls you've accrued during your playthroughs. You can use this number to your advantage to skip half of the game. There is a gate we need to get through halfway through this game, and if you have 1,000,000 souls, then this gate will open without you having to kill the 4 major bosses of the game to get through it. But in New Game, now, we would need 1,000,000 souls for that gate to open. In every New Game Plus, it adds 1,000,000. So in New Game Plus, you would need to add 2,000,000. So you'd start again, you'd need 2,000,000. In New Game Plus Plus, you'd start again, and you'd need to add 3,000,000. So if you start New Game Plus with, let's say, 2,000,000 souls already on the counter, because it does keep going over, you'd need to get up to 4 before that would open. Some people like to sort of farm and try and open it that way. I just don't think it's worth it. But yeah, it's constantly counting your souls. Even if you die and lose them, it still counts. Apart from that, it's not particularly helpful. I just thought I'd mention it because people may know about it. I'm not going to use that trick because it's... I don't know. You'd have to use something called a bonfire aesthetic, which makes the area harder. Basically refreshes the area and brings the boss back. You'll see whenever you rest at a bonfire and you go to the warp screen, the areas have a number on them. This is their level. So at the moment they'll say 1 because we're in New Game. When we go to New Game Plus, it will say 2, and New Game Plus Plus 3, and etc. Every time you use a bonfire aesthetic, that number goes up and it makes that area harder. So it would refresh the area, but everything would get harder. And you can keep doing that and farm certain bosses, but eventually you'd be on like New Game Plus 10 or something, and you're just not doing any damage to the boss. I just think it's easier to just quickly run through, so that's what we will be doing. Right, hopefully you got all that. If you do feel like you need help with anything, I will be obviously going over things as we come along, but if there's anything you don't understand right now, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. If there's nothing that is really jumping out, or you're really struggling to get a grasp of something, then just leave a comment. I'll get back to you and try and help you out. So yeah, quickly run up here, take care of this one, and then don't go back down the stairs because there is a guy with fire bombs. Just stay around here. He should be okay. Shouldn't get you. And then we'll go and get him. We are nearly at the first bonfire. Well, it's the second bonfire. There's one right at the start, which is kind of pointless and doesn't really count. So yeah, we're nearly there. So obviously with this area being kind of the first, there's 2 areas you can go to first. The enemies are easier here, so definitely use this time to sort of get a feel for how things are working. That shield there, the buckler, is a parrying shield, so it's not good for protection, but if you're into parrying, which is pressing L2 as an enemy attack comes in, go for it if you want to try and practice that, and it leaves them open to ripostes and backstab and things. I just like to hit them with swords and make the sword more powerful and hit them harder. It seems to be the easiest way. Witching Urn there is like a firebomb. Apart from when you throw it, it does dark damage. Not something I particularly use much. I don't use many consumables. I don't like relying on them. There are certain things we will use, but yeah, you're just going to run out, and then yeah, I can't really guarantee that you will have them anyway, so I won't be using too many. So light that bonfire, and then we're just going to quickly run up here and get some stuff. So smash through this door. It's going to take 2 or 3 hits, and then quickly to the right hand side. You can see there, if you lock on, there'll be a crystal lizard. Kill it, and you'll get some Titanite shards. Crystal lizards are weird in this one. They seem so much harder to hit than in previous games, especially with the weapon I use later on. It just seems to go over the top of them. Luckily we don't need too many crystal lizards. We just need to fully upgrade one weapon. That's it for a trophy. That's it. It's very easy to do on this game. There's lots of Titanite slabs, which are the top material you need for upgrades. So we actually can get a Titanite slab in this area, but I completely forget to go and get it. And we'll get it at the beginning of the next video, so don't worry about that. But yeah, there is a Titanite slab, like the top material in this area. So let's go down here. I picked up a Soapstone there. That's for summoning into other people's worlds, summoning people into your world to help you. It's only the small one, so you don't get items, the Covenant items. We'll explain about Covenants items later on when we do the farming. It's not, yeah, I mean, if you're playing with a friend, then obviously you can bring them into your world and help out with bosses and things. That's what you can use that for. We will get the proper Soapstone later as well. So speak to this old woman here. She's got some good stuff for sale, actually. Not particularly with the armor here, but if you go across, she has human effigies, which are helpful. And then she has a Pharros Lockstone, which we can't afford. A branch of yore, this one, the fragrant branch of yore, which we will be buying later. It is 12,000 though. For now, just buy Lenigrast's key. That is the smith back in Majula. That's the key to his door, so definitely buy that. We'll be using that shortly. The Lockstone is the reason I miss an area. I usually do the area. I'll explain it later. I'm not going into it now. Anyway, keep speaking up to this old woman. Go to the talk option in the middle here, there, and just keep talking until she agrees or says that she's going to go back. She's needed for a trophy. You need to fill up Majula with NPCs, certain NPCs, and she's one of the ones that will go back. So exhaust her dialogue options, and then she will go back eventually. Don't worry if she doesn't go back straight away. She will do eventually. And yeah, we're just going to go back, and I'm going to go and get a weapon that I do like for early game. Personal preference, really. I do like short swords, usually. That was bad. There's a guy behind me as well. That was terrible. Nice quick swords. I do like that in this game. So that's what we're going to get in a fire longsword. Quickly heal up there. So this is how you would get down. We'll go down a different way though. Or that's how we're going to get back up, should I say. Can get down that way, but we're just going to jump across here, get another human effigy. You want to be collecting these human effigies up, not using them too often. You do not want to run out of human effigies. You can buy them, and there are certain places you can farm them. Just make sure to keep a good stock of them. They're the things that allow you need to turn human to summon people into your world for bosses. So you definitely want a storage of them. I will show you with the first boss about summoning, because there is a summon out there, but it's definitely not needed for the first boss. Probably makes it more difficult, to be honest. So yeah, we're just going to go down here and get a sword. A few easy enemies. Again, with a lot of areas, take it slow, don't rush. Let the enemies come running to you. You see there, this guy is the one that dropped down. Let them come to you. The worst thing in any Souls game is to get swarmed by enemies. So just one at a time. Now there's some new enemies here. You can just see them at the top. These sort of Ninja Turtle dudes. Do not try and backstab them. You cannot, and they will do that slam, and it really hurts. So these guys is a patience thing. They hit really hard, but they also hit really slowly. So if they slam, you can see I sort of stagger as they do it. It slows you down. It's really weird. So you want to force them to do a move, back away, and then go in and hit, and then back away and hit, and back away and hit. Don't try and do more than one, unless you know you can go in for the kill shot like I did then. There's a few of them, a few of these guys, so definitely don't rush into them and try and take them on alone as well. You do not want a load of little guys in one of these in the middle, because they will make short work of you. So you can see I'm bringing him away. I don't want the other guy to follow. So they do this one where they run. If you just run back, they sort of get tired and give up. Yeah, as they slam, you can see I'm walking slowly there. It's because they're slamming the floor, it slows you down. And dodge and hit. So I am double-handing as well to get that extra damage in. I think I get hit at one point. Is it this one that hits me? Yeah, there. That hitbox was ridiculous. I was well out of the way. I was rolling. Never mind. There we go. So that's it. Just got this one guy here. So the enemies are pretty much done for here. But yeah, don't take those turtle guys for granted. They may seem slow, but all of a sudden they do have another set, a move set that you will see later, where they do a 4-hit combo, and that can really hurt if you mess it up. So you can see there's a salamander at the back there, fire salamander thing. It does bursts of 3 flame balls, fireballs. So 1, 2, 3, and then run. Go to this gate, and you're going to use the iframes from opening the door. You're going to see 1, it's hitting, but it's not hurting. And then we're going to go in here and get the fire longsword. Can't use it yet, it needs dexterity 9, we only have dexterity 8, so I will put another point in dexterity, and then we'll be able to use it. And then we're going to scale it. Its fire scaling is better than its strength and dexterity scaling, so putting points in faith actually helps with fire weapons, and we will be upgrading it as well. It's when you have a fire, so it's basically a longsword that's been infused with fire. We can do that with other weapons later on ourselves. When you infuse a weapon with fire, its normal attack stats go down, but it adds fire attack stats as well, so it sort of splits them. So half of the damage comes from normal damage, half of it comes from fire. So I will bring up the menu later on when we go to use it and sort of show you how that works. So I've dropped through that window there, and we're back here. You may recognise it, or you should. You've already been here, or we have anyway. Run up these stairs again, kill this guy. Watch out for the one on the right. Ignore the fireballs, we're not going to take him on. So another thing I've not mentioned yet is weapon degradation. Is that the right word I'm thinking of? You can see below my weapon, quickly if you look, there's a red bar. That's going down every time you hit an enemy with it. It goes down, and eventually when that bar goes all the way down, it will break, and you'll need to fix it at a smith. Resting, which you can now see, has filled it back up to full. So it's kind of a way to force you to sit at bonfires or fix it. There is some stuff you can get called repair powder, which is very expensive. I will be carrying a stash of it around with me though, because you do not want to walk into an area with broken weapons. So we're just going to go in here and grab this Silver Eagle Kite Shield. This is better than one we have. It has 15 more sort of hit resistance. So I'm going to bring it up here. So if we go, you can see this one we have now has 75, and then it goes up to 90 at the top of the right hand column there. So it's, if the numbers are blue, it's better, basically. And then I'm going to put this ring on that I forgot to bring, the Covenant ring. It gives a little bit more health if you're in the Covenant. If you leave that Covenant, then that Covenant ring is useless. You have to be in the Covenant, which we are. It's the guy at the top of the stairs there that we got it from. So I'm just going to level a bit into dexterity. So it's at 8. We need it at 9 to be able to use that sword effectively. If you don't have enough, then you can use one of the soul items just to give yourself a bit more. So I'm going to go across, and you'll see that it's there. The normal attack damage has gone down, 120 down to 78, and the fire damage has gone up to that blue number. So it's kind of split the damage. And then we have this guy's key, so we can open this door up, and there's going to be a short bow in a chest here. He won't walk in. I don't know how he didn't get it. Look at that window. Why didn't he just climb in through the window? Or just smash the door. I don't know. It's just a bit stupid, that. We will be back for him. He won't go in straight away. We need to go away and come back for him to go be in there. But once we come back again, he'll be in there, and he'll upgrade and fix weapons and things like that, which will obviously come in handy. So we're going back, and we're going to carry on. This is like, there's the main bonfire We will circle back to this bonfire many times. There's lots of ways to get to this one. So we're going to carry on now to the other area. I don't know what happened there. I do not know how that happened. I didn't turn away. It sort of bounced off the wall and pushed. I'm not sure what happened at all there. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. So I'm just going to clear these out. Because they lie on the floor like this, and you may not initially see them, you want to kind of kill enemies as you see them, because they may come after you when you're not expecting that. That's definitely not something you want. Torches in this game are weird. They're not in your inventory. So you're going to see I'm going to pick up a torch or an item. It's going to be just say torch. It basically adds time to your torch. It's not a number, like you don't have 10 torches. Every time you pick up torch, it adds, I'm not sure exactly how much, but it adds an amount of time to your torch. To light a torch, go to any sort of fire, use the bonfire is the best way to light them. There are some items you can get called flame butterflies, I think they're called, which you can light torches on the fly. You don't need torches that often, but to light them, if you go to a bonfire and press triangle to switch the option, so you don't sit at the bonfire, you press triangle, it'll switch, it'll cycle, and it'll say light torch, and that's how you light it. And then the timer will come up, and that's how much time you've got left on your torches. Obviously torches are for lighting up dark areas, but there are specific other reasons we need to use a torch to set fire to certain things. Not much, not often, but yeah, if you're looking for torches, they're not in your inventory. You can't just equip torch. It's a weird way of doing it, kind of pointless as well. Rather just have a normal torch like usual. So we're going to go and get a guy here, he's a cartographer. He's going to give us the key to the other building that's in Majula, the big mansion. And he's also needed for a trophy as well. He's one of the ones that needs to come back to Majula. He will do that. So be careful in here. Wait for the boulder. There we go. And then pick him up. And then he's at the top of here. So don't go running up and think he's an enemy and hit him, because he's not. You can just see him there. Don't hit him. Just going to get this guy first. He's going to give us the key and tell us there's a skeleton or there's something in the basement. He wants you to clear it out. And then he'll come back to Majula and he'll stay down there. And there's a big map in that house that will light as you go through the game and kill bosses. Little torches will light up on the map, and you need to light all of those for a trophy. And obviously you need him back at Majula for a separate trophy as well. So yeah, he's given us the key. So just keep talking to him until you exhaust his dialogue. He will give you the key halfway through the dialogue. Just keep talking to him until he repeats himself, and then you're good to go. See, there's lots of items coming up now. And we're going to have our first encounter with the Pursuer, or a Pursuer. Not the Pursuer, not the boss Pursuer, it's just a Pursuer. Pretty hard enemies to take on early game, for sure. You don't need to though, which is good. So we're going to go back this way and actually take the path up this time. Now we have a fire sword, and you'll see these black, these kegs here. They will explode if you hit them with a fire sword. So if you know you're going to be swinging your sword around, get rid of them. Because if you clip one, it's going to explode, so do watch out. Same for this guy as well. If he hits one, it's going to blow up. You can see how much more damage this is doing now. There we go, and then we'll finish. And you'll see even later on, by the time we've finished this video, it's 3 hit kills on these guys. So we will be getting stronger. There's a guy with fire bombs at the top there. And you can see these barrels, not these ones here, these ones over here, these kegs. We need to blow those up. So you can kind of try and get this guy to do it and move out the way. But he's... a guy comes, smashes the barrel as he does it. So it doesn't actually set the barrels off, which is annoying. But, like I said, we can set them off with our sword, and that's what we're going to do in a minute. So obviously you're going to need to heal up because you will take damage. If you don't have enough health, then don't do this. You're going to need to check if you've got some fire bombs, or come back when we have some fire bombs. And so if you do hit them, there, you can see it take a lot of damage, obviously, but it's opened us up back to the bonfire. I said we'll be back here. So that's a nifty little shortcut, because it does help. We don't have to go up that ramp or take the turtle guy on anymore. But, well, actually we do now, because there is a ladder here I just need to do. So he'll be back, take care of him as well. And I wasn't expecting him to turn up, but he did, which is fun. So yeah, divide and conquer. The turtle guy is slow. The other one is obviously not. So if you run away, the quick one will come after you first. See how much quicker he is, and it gives you time to take care of him. And then do the turtle guy normal. I'm not sure what happened then. I'm not sure at all. Oh, he was doing his... So yeah, that's his combo, his 4-hit. Yeah, watch out for that. Learn from my mistakes. Should be able to finish him just... Ooh. Yeah, let's heal on that. And then let's go and get the pursuer to turn up. So this ladder here, I wanted to do this after opening the shortcut, so we definitely had some health for the shortcut. See him getting flown in on his bird here. Yeah, these guys are dangerous, especially if you're new to Dark Souls. So, I got stuck. Don't take him on. If you really want to, you can, and you'll get rewarded. Twinkling Titanite, I think something like that. It's a material we're not going to use anyway. So if you walk away enough, he'll disappear. And he won't come back, which is great. It means we can go and clear out up here. So let's go to the right hand side first. There's 2 other enemies to the left. You want to take care of them. Try and get them individually. You don't want these guys bunching up on you. So you can see a little thing I did there. You may have noticed what I did. I switched enemy in mid-hit. Like, use the right stick to switch my lock-on. That's something you'll see me do often. If I know, say there's 2 guys attacking, one on the left, one on the right. I've hit the guy on the left twice. I know he's going to die with the next hit. So his 3rd hit, but the guy on the right is fresh. I'll move the lock onto the guy on the right, and as I hit the guy on the right, because I'm right-handed with the sword's going to come across to the guy on the left and kill him at the same time. It's a little, again, it's one of those things you kind of get used to. I do occasionally do it. It means that you don't just, because if I just stay to the guy on the left, the one on the right will hit me, and yeah, you'll get used to it. Anyway, back here we are, and I'm just going to sit down. Not sit down, sit down at all. I thought we were going to a bonfire. We're not. I'm just going to speak to the maiden here and give her the Estus Shard that we just picked up where the pursuer was, and that's going to give us 3 uses of the Estus Flask. So you can see at the top corner I've put Titanite Shards ? It's up to you how many you need, how many you've gotten already. But I'm going to do some upgrades now. Reinforce weapon and armor. So I'll just show you there. He has quite a lot of selection. Again, you don't need to stick to my setup at all. Do whatever you like. It does not affect. It's all preference. So go for it. All you need to do is fully upgrade a weapon. So you can see he sells Titanite Shards. Only 10. So you can see in the bottom, in the middle there, you can see Titanite Shards 2 of 2. That's obviously what I need to level up. So it takes souls and Titanite Shards. I need 3 for my next level. So I'm going to go and purchase 3. If you want to save your souls, there's actually 3 Titanite Shards in the building we're about to go in. So don't worry about, you can use them later on to upgrade other stuff, obviously. But if you want to save and get another level or something instead, then go for it. There are 3 over the way. So I'm just going to crack the extra one here to make sure I've got enough to actually buy the upgrade as well. As long as you're not cracking boss souls, you'll be fine. So I'm just going to purchase exactly the amount that I need, which is just 3. Go back to reinforce again. Go down to the fire sword. So it's going to be a +3 fire longsword. You can see that the regular damage, and the fire damage goes up every time you upgrade it. And the scaling actually goes up as well the better it gets. It gets a better scaling. So, yeah, it's definitely worth doing. It's going to allow us to kill enemies quicker, obviously. So this is the mansion. This is the key that we got from the cartographer. So use that to get in here now. Now, I picked this Pharros Lockstone up. And I'm going to see a Forest Lock shortly when we go back to the Forest of Fallen Giants. I usually do this after finishing the forest, after I've killed the pursuer boss. So I completely forget that I've actually got the Forest Lockstone at this point. When I've picked it up there, when I get to the lock, I think I just sort of pass it by because I'm not used to getting it at that point. I usually come back here later, but I wanted to get you this other Estus Flask Shard now, because then you're able to have 4 swigs of your Estus Flask, which is really, really helpful. So that's the big map on the floor there. That's where the cartographer will move to. There's just this one skeleton in here. Should be fairly easy to take care of. They do hit fairly hard, so don't give it the chance. And then this glowing thing here is going to be an Estus Flask Shard. It's dark in here, obviously, sorry. I've not got my torch. But I need my weapon. It does take my shield hand up. And in here is a soul vessel. So if you go back to the old women from the beginning, Things Betwixt, speak to the one in the middle of the table and give her a soul vessel. You can reallocate your stat points, your upgrade points at any time. Obviously, you need a soul vessel to do this. So you... it is a consumable. It will go away once you use it. So you can only do it a certain amount of times. But it is nice to know that you can reset and start again. There you go. There's those 3 Titanite Shards I was telling you about. And then torches as well. There are the pigs you may remember from the first video. I'm going to just try and run away. They're probably not that bad now. But especially if you're not expecting it. You just think, oh, there's 3 little pigs. Yeah, they hit hard, and they do not go down easily, and they give you like 8 souls if you kill them. It's just not worth it. Just run away and sit here again. I'm about to travel, but that's not what I want to do at all. The whole reason of going in there was to get the shard, so I'm just going to do that.
Is that a shard you've here to see light? However,
there we go. And you'll get used to hearing bearer seek lest. That's what she says as you skip through the dialogue. You'll get used to hearing that a lot. And then we're going to go back to the bonfire there, Cardinal Tower. And carry on. So we are a bit more powerful now, and you have 4 Estus Flasks. Definitely helps. Having said that, I've left this in. I wouldn't cut something like this anyway. It was just... I don't know what was going on here at all. These are just 2 regular enemies. It's because the ones with the shield. I don't know what the excuse was. I don't know what was going on here at all. I just couldn't get through at all. And then I tried to go away and get out of the way. So this is just embarrassing at this point. Can't get through here. I'm panicking. Don't want to die. Don't want to die. And then they're following me. No, this is close. I don't know what is going. I apologise, but you can see how wrong it can go. I don't know if I've been making it look easy or not up to this point. I don't know how good you are at the game or not, whatever the case may be. But just to show you that I can completely mess it up as well. It's not just you if you're doing it. Yeah. So I'm just going to sit down because I use an Estus. I don't want to... So I've got to kill these 2 guys again, which is fine. I'll show you how you're supposed to actually do it this time. 1, 2, 3. No, it's only 2, yes. You see, it wasn't even 3. And then we'll go for the backstab. See, that's how easy it's supposed to be. So I do not know what was going on then. But yeah, thought I'd leave it in for a laugh. Right, on we go. I said there was no messing around in this guide as well, but there isn't, don't worry. So don't go in here. I'm sort of, you can see that there is 5. Is there 5? Yeah, there's 5 ballistas in there. Kind of peek in, and you're going to see them come flying out there. If you're lucky, they will hit the barrels. You saw some debris flying from the left, then there's explosive barrels to the left. If you're lucky, it will kill the the enemies over there in the barrels. Don't worry if it doesn't, it's not too much of a problem. You may also get lucky and it will kill some of these as they run out. But once we go in, we're going to see a great soul arrow here. I'm going to get it and pick it up quite quickly. That is our first sorcery. We need all sorceries in the game. That is our first one. I will be putting a list on my website of each sorcery and where to find them. So if you've missed any, you can go back and check them off and see exactly where to find them. It's not up yet, but by the time this guide is finished, they will be as well. So here's a trap one. It can either be a poison or an arrow. It's random. On my first time through, it was poison. This time it was arrow. If it's arrow, jump to a diagonal. If it's poison, just jump back. Here is a Pharros lock. That's what I need the stone for. I've completely forgotten that I picked up the stone at this point. I apologise. You have it. We got it in that mansion. Go and open that lock. There is a really good ring in there. It will shine a light on a wall, go to the wall, hit the wall, and it will open up. And there'll be a Titanite slab and the Chloranthy ring. The Chloranthy ring increases the speed that your stamina comes back. So it's a very good ring. It's one I have on for the rest of the game. So put it on. I will come back here at the beginning of the next video just to quickly grab that. It won't take long. We'll quickly get that. So yeah, while you're here, you go and get it. I'll do it at the beginning of the next video. I was going to edit it in, but it would mess up the soul count and things. So I just thought I'd leave it. Here's the life ring and a large Titanite soul. The life ring is the starting gift we got. So if you didn't choose that, you now have it as well. And then we will go on. So yeah. Oversights. Don't worry, I don't do them often, but it was this time. Yeah, so there's the barrels. We'll be going that way in a minute. We're just going to speak to this guy. So if you speak to him and exhaust his dialogue, he's going to kind of tell you that that is a trap there, so don't go through that gate. We'll go around a different way. You can now summon him to the boss fight. I don't know why I keep missing that item down there. I know it's there. It's just some green herbs, so don't worry about it. Green blossom. I do pick it up eventually. Yeah, the ones with the shields are annoying. Definitely. That is a giant. We will come back here later on as well. We need a certain item to actually... you basically go into the giant's memory, which is pretty cool. And to get some stuff later on. But that is all later on. We will be back here. We need an item to actually go into their memory. But there's 4 of those dreams we'll go to. So we'll go this way in a moment. I'm just going to go... I was going to go do it first, but no, we'll do it on the way. Go on, get the item then, why not? It's a crossbow. So we do have some bolts already that we picked up. So you can now use the crossbow and bolt. It needs a higher dexterity than we have to use it efficiently, but you can use it. It's better to use a bow and arrow to hit stuff from a distance, though, because you can't really lock on. I don't think you can lock on properly or move it in a direction properly with the crossbow. So bow and arrow is better anyway. Down here is our first illusionary wall. Think Doom and Wolfenstein, not Dark Souls. You need to press X. You need to press use on it. So you don't hit illusionary walls. Well, actually some you do hit. Some you have to press X. So press X. So remember, if you're old enough to remember Doom, Wolfenstein, how we used to have to run up and down the walls pressing X or spacebar. That's how you do it. And you can see there again, I did the backstab on that guy, knowing it was going to kill him, and that the other guy would not be able to hurt me as I was doing it. So again, using these sort of little bits of invincibility to help yourself out. Aromatic Ooze is quite important for one of the bosses later on. It adds magic to your weapon. So don't use them up yet. We will be using it though. So you can see that that portcullis is shut now. So that would have been a trap. It would have locked us in here. But we came the back way in and got the drop on them rather than those getting the drop on us. Now we're just going to go the other way back out. And once you've done this, if you speak to the guy down at the bottom again, he's going to give you the Soapstone, which allows you to summon people into your world. and when you do, you will get items. The small one doesn't give you items, but if you're in certain covenants, you'll need to be in the covenants to get the items, but again, later on. But we will farm them without using the soapstone, but that's what that's for, if you're wondering. So yeah, just going to let him talk. We can use him for the boss fight later. I will bring him in, but I'm going to advise you not to do so. But I'll show you how the whole system works. Finally, pick it up, green blossom, there it is. So this area would be full of barrels to the left there. And there will be guys in there, so if they didn't blow up before, be aware of that. Now we're going to just go. These ones at the top here in the windows, you can see, will be throwing fire bombs as well, so they will try and blow you up. So yeah, roll through the barrels. Drop down on this left hand side. If you go to the right, you will get swamped by 3 guys at once, and that is not cool. Another thing I will mention as well is you can break chests. Metal ones you can't break. So there's a metal one behind me now. That hurt. You can't break, but if they are wooden and you hit them, I think it's 2 or 3 times, it's not a lot at all, they will break and you'll lose the item inside. If it's already open and you break it, you don't lose the item, it will still stay there. But just be aware, if there's an enemy near a chest, don't go swinging, you'll break the chest, you'll lose the item. Okay, right, we're nearly full circle now, again. Shield ones, no. Shields and spears, that's the worst. And because they have spears and they can reach you from a distance, by the time you close that distance to hit them, they've already got their shield back up. So they are quite annoying, those ones. So we've come full circle again. You may or may not recognise where we are, but we're going to open up a door, and then we will be at that ladder back to the bonfire yet again. The same bonfire. So it's dead end down here, but there is a large leather shield, which is no good, but life gems obviously can come in handy. If you want, have life gems in your second slot. You have quite a few slots. I don't like to have lots of items on the go, but equip the gems down there as well, just in case you run out of Estus. You can cycle using the down on the D-pad. And then here we go, that's the gate up to the bonfire. I will quickly just rest because I've only got 1 Estus flask. And here we are, back again. And then we'll go and do the first boss, which is we'll get the first boss trophy. Not many trophies tied to bosses at all, to be honest. Again, that same thing happened, if you remember from before. Got turned around as he hit me. I do not know what was going on there. So this is the lift down to the boss. There's nothing else really down here apart from this this boss. And he's going to give us the soul of the last giant, so don't use that. But he'll also give us the soldier key, which is going to open up more doors. More door. Not that type. Make sure you watch out for him. And then I'm going to show you about summoning people into boss fights. So I'm going to advise you not to do it for this one. It makes it more difficult and they don't really input a lot. So you need to be human. So if you use a human effigy, you will become human instantly. And you'll see these signs here on the floor. There's 2 here. So this is Mild Manner Pate. He's the one with the gate. And then the sellsword Louet, or Louit, whatever, I don't know. He's got 2 shields. He's really useless. He's good at defense. So I'm just going to bring him in. Here he comes. And he will stay with us for the boss fight. You can bring both in if you really wanted to. But every time you summon, the boss's health goes up. So some bosses it's definitely beneficial not to bring anyone in. This is probably one of them, to be honest, because it's so easy. All you need to do is get underneath it and lock onto a leg and then hit it and then back away when it starts stomping, and it's as simple as that. Stay behind it, hit its legs. You'll see I'm not doing particularly much damage, and neither is he, to be honest. That is because he is here. It's because Pate's here. So the boss has more health. So double hand as well. You won't need your shield. And just get ready for the stomps. So whenever it stomps, try and roll. There is a really big AoE when he stomps. You do have to be quite far away not to get hit. But if you time the roll right, you should be fine. So yeah, don't get intimidated. This boss is really, really easy. Just watch out for the stomps. Yeah, it'd be over by now if Pate wasn't here. Because, yeah, we'd do more damage. Or we'd do the same amount of damage. He'd have less health. He's ripped his arm off at this point, by the way. So don't be in front of him because he can reach quite a long way. The only good reason to have somebody like Pate in for most bosses is distraction. They don't particularly do much in the way of damage. So there you can see the last giant trophy came in there. We have the soldier key and the soul. So this is interesting as well, or it was to me, that Louis, whatever his name is, his summon sign is still here. So I did it anyway. You see the boss fog's going to come back as well. He's not supposed to be here. Once the boss is done, the summon signs are supposed to disappear. So I don't know why he's still there, but I've summoned him. He doesn't follow me. Completely useless, really. But I thought it was interesting that his sign was still there. And back up. So all we went down there for was the key. There is another door in there. We don't have the key for that door. You may have noticed it. We don't have that yet, but there is something in there that we will get, but that is later on. So we've got 11,000 souls now. That's going to be good for some leveling, but not quite yet. I'm going to go and get a ring that is probably to most people kind of a trap ring. Like you wouldn't use it, but I just like having it I use it for the rest of the game. It's just kind of peace of mind. I don't know why, I just like to have it on. But again, it's completely up to you which your configuration of rings you have on and things like that. But for now, you will have the space to put this one on. So do it. The big guy on the left there, just ignore him. That is late game stuff. There's another giant in there. So you go into its memory, the same as the one before. So don't bother with him. He won't aggro if you don't go near him. You need the King's Ring to get in there. This down here. So we've got the Ring of Restoration. What it does is it gradually gives you health back. Not a lot at all, but you're going to see my health go up. And I will put it on and I will use it for the rest of the game. Like I said, it's a trap ring. You think, oh, you gradually get an HP back. Yeah, it's great because you will take a lot of chip damage through your shield. And it's constantly working. You can see my health is already starting to go up. It's very slow and gradual, but if you're running around doing a lot in between areas and things like that, your health will start coming back. I just like having it on. I don't know, it's more of a comfort thing, I think. So you can see Louis has gone. He's gone back to his world now. If he hasn't done that, then go down here and look for this, the Black Separation Stone, and use that, and you will return him back to his world. If you don't do that, you won't be able to sit at the bonfire. But he probably wasn't there for you anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then we're going to go back and do some more leveling on the sword. So if you don't have enough, if you did pick up the 3 in the mansion, you may need to... Oh no, sorry. It's the large Titanite Shard that we picked up, that one that we used. That we picked up, we just used that. Not small ones anymore, of course. From +4 to 7, it's large. I think it's 4 to 7. 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 4 to 7. It's large Titanite, and then it's chunks, and then it's a slab for the final one. So I'm putting 1 in Faith. You can see Faith here. It puts your fire defense up and your lightning defense up, and it also increases your fire and lightning damage. So it's going to scale with the sword that we're using. But I'm also going to put points into adaptability, endurance, and vigor. Now, vigor is health. You get health when upgrading everything else. Not much, but some. So I only put 1 or 2 in health. I don't do it too much early on, at least. I try and get everything else up, and then you can start putting points into health. But you will get health by upgrading everything else, putting points into everything else. So yeah, don't worry too much about Vigour. You will get it from the others. The most important one is, for me, and I would say as well, is adaptability, agility. You want to get those up so you're able to drink Estus Flask quicker, so you're able to roll and have more iframes, so you don't take damage as easily when rolling away from attacks. Have a bigger window. Definitely speeds the game up. It is a bit weird that they put the whole thing in, to be honest. I'm glad they didn't do it in other games. It's gone. So here's another instance of him being too far away. So as he bounces back, as I go towards him, he's already holding his shield up. So I need to be close to get the bounce. And there we go. The ones with the shield are annoying. Don't get the item. Watch out for him. Don't run for that item. So double hand. He's going to go for the 4 times combo. Oh no, just the 3 this time. Yeah, see how much more damage we're doing now. 3 and dead. Excellent. So Amber Herb. And then run up this sword. Be careful up this sword. Enemies will drop down, 4 of them. So if you don't want a Halberd or a soul item, then don't come up here. But just let them come to you. But it is slippy. When you lock on and hit, you'll notice that you go forward a bit. I'm going to show you here. You go forward a bit. There, like that. I did not press forward. That's part of the attack animation. That can lead to a lot of deaths. So be aware. If you hit someone near the edge, you might go over as well. So especially on narrow things like that, do be aware of that. More gems, Homeward Bones. And then it's on to the next boss, the Pursuer. So we've used the key, should I say, to get through that door. And we're on to a new type of enemy again now. These guys are more difficult. They're quicker. They don't really have shields, which is great because it means you can just lay into them and kill them before they get to you. But they will be quick, and especially later on when they're bunched together, they can make quick work of you. So up here, ignore the one that's on the floor, although it does get me because of the roll. It's the iframes, they weren't there, or it was badly timed, one of the two. Get the one with the bow and arrow first, then come back for this one. And then pick up this. And then it's on to the boss. So, what I'm going to do is advise you to do backup saves. Now, we're going to be using these throughout this playthrough, this walkthrough, a lot. So, quit out the game, do it properly. Go use a flash drive or PlayStation Plus, whatever you're using, and then make a backup save. So, you're able to just re-download that and go straight into this fight again if you mess up. So, pretty cool intro here. He has one of the best intros, the Pursuer. Drop down. There he is. Right. It's a gimmick, this fight. Fighting him head on is doable. He is quite easy to tell his moves. But what you want to do is stand here and then wait for that move, dodge through it like that, run for this ballista, don't look at him, unlock after you've done the roll, and then just shoot. You can see how much health has gone. If you're lucky, you can get that second shot off as well, but he was a bit quick for me. If that is the case, go back to the fog gate, wait for that one move. He will do that from a distance for the most time. It's the move he does the most. You can dodge through it on the left hand side, run back to the ballista and shoot him and kill him. If you let him near the ballistas, he will smash them, so be aware of that. He can smash them if he swings his sword and hits them. He's going to break them and you'll have to take him on properly. You'll see that we got the ring of blades as well. I will change that ring when I correct the mistake from before and go and get the Chloranthy ring from that forest lock at the beginning of the next episode. I'll switch around. But yes, the ring of blades allows us to do more damage, so it is a good ring. So you want to put that on as well. But we are nearly done. I'm just going to drop down here. Get some Drangleic armor. So it's the sword, the shield, the mail, the gauntlets, the leggings, the whole thing. It's heavier. So be aware if you go over 70% on your item burden, item carry weight, you will start fat rolling, and you do not want to start doing that. Everything slows down even more. Yeah, and you just don't want it. I'm going to run back up. I'm going to go to the new place. Just dip our toe into it. We will come back there later on, obviously, but just open up the bonfire there. So yeah, pursuers. We will need to fight a pursuer properly later on. They are not too bad once you get their pattern down. They are fairly slow. Well, they're quite quick, but their tells are pretty long. And then go to this nest and you'll see examine, get examine, and you'll be warped away to the next area, which is Lost Bastille. So open these two up. You can get a human effigy, or two of them, and a dull ember, which you will need for the smith for this area. But we're going to be going in a different way, so we want to get this in now. It'll make sense in the next video. But after that, activate the bonfire and leave. Go back to Majula, and we're going to do some leveling and then pretty much finish the video off. Because that is Forest of the Fallen Giants for the most part done. There is stuff we need to go back to that area for, but it's all late game stuff, so don't worry. That is that area done for now. I'm going to go and purchase the Falconer Helm. I'm wearing the Falconer armor right now, so I want to finish it off. I forgot how annoying the helm is for this armor. You're going to see it in a moment. It obviously has more protection. There's the Falconer Helm, but it's got a really annoying long feather on the top. So I'm going to find another helm pretty quickly and get rid of it again. I might even have changed it at the beginning of the next video if it annoys me a lot, but it's quite annoying. Yeah, you can see it when you're running around, that thing flapping around on top. I don't know why I put it on. I almost changed it at the end of the video here, but no, I'll leave it for now. But it does give us a bit more protection. Like I said in the first video, armor is not the be all and end all in this. Don't worry about having the best armor and things like that. It's as long as you've got decent armor, you're fine. Yeah, you see I'm going to change it in a minute. I might change it in the next video. See how much it annoys me. Right, so yeah, just do some more leveling with your souls that you've picked up. You should have a lot now, so you should be able to get a lot of levels in here. And just spread them evenly. So endurance, strength, adaptability, faith, adaptability. We want to get agility there. You see it on the near the bottom of the second column. AGL. We want to get that to 100, and then we'll probably stop at that point. So strength, endurance, faith. So evenly spread there. And yeah, that'll be it for this one. Beginning of the next video, we'll clean up what I messed up in this one. It won't happen again, I promise. Right, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.